People were like, I would pay for cancer treatment for every person. I would buy houses for every shelter dog. I'm like, oh my God, you all are amazing people. All right.
And AM 1230 WJBC. This is the Scott Miller Show. It's now time for Scott Miller's Open House with Amanda Wycoff.
FM 102.1 and AM 1230 WJBC. If you've spent any time listening to this radio show, you know there are two things that I love to talk about: going on vacation and real estate. Amanda Wycoff is from Berkshire Hathaway here in town. Team Wycoff, if you want to know. She joins me in the studio to talk about the do's and don'ts in real estate and helps you make wise decisions if you want to purchase or sell a home, or even talk about purchasing or selling a home. She joins me in studio right now. Amanda Wycoff, good morning.
Good morning, Scott.
All right, before we talk about any sort of business, just give your contact information right now so somebody will call you as soon as the segment is over and talk about selling their house.
Fantastic. My cell phone number is 309-242-2647, or they can easily just go online to teamwycoff.com. That's WYCOFF, like French fry.
I've got a stack of questions here that I want to ask you, but the first one happened to me this morning. I woke up, I opened up my Facebook app, and I was scrolling through, seeing what people posted from the evening before to see if I had won the Powerball, all this information. And I saw a real estate agent post an update saying that there has been a, quote, price improvement. That's the same as a price cut. Do the words matter?
I think they do. I think sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I think that's the way I would put it, too. Price reduction, downer, downer, buy it now, don't buy a lemon. That's not the way I would phrase things. Price improvement is definitely the classy way to say it.
I love it. I love it. All right, something I've always wondered. I like real estate because I like going in houses. I like getting a deal. I'm always about a deal. If I don't get a deal, I don't want it. But I look at, when I've worked with my real estate agents in Chicago, they've given me those paperworks that I've signed, and I see how much the realtor is going to make. And not only is my realtor going to make money, but the listing realtor is going to make money. Who pays the realtor?
Okay, so here's the way it works. Number one, on a purchase contract, you should never see anything about commission. That's illegal to put that on a contract, just so you know. But when a listing agent list a home, they sign a contract to list that home with the seller, okay? In that, there is a commission, okay? That commission, typically, I can't say that it's a standard fee or standard, but what I do is I take half of that and I offer that as a carrot dangling incentive for the buyer's agent to bring us an offer, okay? So essentially, the seller pays the listing agent. The listing agent can do whatever they want with that. There are some people who pay $1. There are some people who pay half or a portion of that. I just offer half of what the seller would pay me, and on the settlement sheet, that we split it 50-50.
Now, does that happen all the time?
No, I mean, with me, that's the way I do it. Now, every once in a while, we have a situation when we're in a down market where there are incentives where there's a bonus that the listing agent offers. For this buying agent to bring us an offer.
All right, let me talk as one of your clients, as someone that wants to buy or sell a home. Can your commission be negotiated?
Well, you get what you pay for, Scott. At the end of the day, a house is worth what it is worth, with or without a realtor, and whatever the commission is.
All right, fantastic. How many homes are on the market right now?
There are 141 single-family detached homes on the market today in Bloomington Normal. 141.
All right. You and I have talked, and I like to bring this up almost every time I talk to you. You say on any given day, 5 years ago, there should be 12, 13, 1,400 homes.
In McLean County.
In McLean County on the market. So what does this mean? Is this good or bad? Is this scary for you? Is this good for you because houses are selling quickly? Are prices reflecting that there's only 141? Because I will tell you, I have seen more houses having a price improvement lately.
Yes. Well, it's interesting because it's all a matter of supply and demand, and there are buyers out there, which is great. And is it scary? Well, it can be if you're... it really can be if you're a buyer out there looking for a home and it's not on the market. I'm predominantly a listing agent. I love my buyers, absolutely, but listings are my bread and butter, and it's my background is in marketing. That was my degree. I worked in London and Los Angeles in marketing, PR, and advertising. I love the presentation of a listing for my sellers. And so digging, in on presenting listings is what I love to do. So I could always be busier with listings.
Do you think, I've never asked you this, do you think in years to come we will get back to that 1,400 homes for sale in McLean County?
I don't know if it'll be 1,400. I think it's definitely going to increase, absolutely. One, I would recommend that you asked Teresa Caputo. She's on next. She probably would know better than me.
I wonder if she knows that. 141 active single family homes. And what are the price points there? Where is the hotspot? Where are the most homes for sale at what price point?
Well, let me tell you, the sweet spot is, definitely under 500,000. I see the homes that are over 500,000 struggling just a little bit more than those under. Or you consider those the higher end luxury homes. The sweet spot, I would say, would be between 150 and 250, certainly under 300.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because the average home in Bloomington Normal is, under 300, right around that 275, 280.
Yeah. All right. I wanted to talk to you about this. Interest rates are high.
Mm-hmm.
The interest rate that I'm paying right now is nowhere near what interest rates are today.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, I would never buy a house right now. Interest rates are so high," and that tends to build up some steam. People start to say, "Yeah, me neither. Yeah, me neither." But then, if you talk to the investor people, I will call them rich people. If you hear from the rich people, like a Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, they all say it, buy the house. If you find a house you love that you want, whether it's an investment or the house to live in, buy it. You can always refinance.
Yes.
Because when this drops back down to a 3.75 or a 4, it's going to be nuts around here because the people that don't believe in the buy now, refinance later are going to be jumping over everything. Do you agree?
I do. I think you'll be sitting on a gold mine. You can always refinance, absolutely. And this is the time where lenders are getting creative. They're offering buy downs. They're offering the opportunity to refinance if the rates go down within the next year by at least 0.5%. There are some creative grants that are out there. And if you look at the history of interest rates, Scott, I remember my dad, when I was growing up, he was developing Lakeview condominiums. There were so many homes that were being sold contract for deed, and everyone was, because that was the best financing that was available, is financing through the seller direct, because they were waiting for interest rates to get down. They were just praying for them to get out of the teens. Just get out of the teens, please. We're not even up to 8%, Scott. And we just got really, really spoiled. We got spoiled with the 3%, and we just have to look at the history of it all. It's all in ebb and flow. These things shall pass. Look at the trends, with fashion. Our bell bottoms back in. I think fanny packs are coming back in.
That's a horrible choice.
God help us all.
It's a horrible choice.
I tell you, but no, they are actually very beneficial when you're showing a house. I've got a lot of bits.
A fanny pack?
A fanny pack. Oh yeah. I always say to my buyers when I'm approaching a house, man, I wish fanny packs are cool because I've got keys, I've got my phone, I've got all the bits that I need.
I would have never thought you and I would ever discuss a fanny pack during this segment.
It's a real concern in real estate, Scott.
Hey, something else that's been popping up lately, and I would put a hard stop to this, but there are a whole bunch of buyers that are considering co-buying a home with a family member to sort of afford homes. Now, I don't want to live with my family. Do you see clients doing that?
I do. I see a lot of multi-generational living, which is really an interesting concept when you're thinking about building a house. Do we build two masters? I certainly, if I was building, I would put a bathroom in every bedroom if I was building right now.
I would too.
Yeah.
That's a smart move.
So important, absolutely. And I think Realtor.com did a study, and 86%, I think it was, percent of buyers would consider buying a home with a family member or a friend in order to obtain a house, for the to overcome the affordability crisis. My sister and I, growing up, we always talked about, when we're in our 80s and our husbands have croaked. Now that we have husbands, that's really sad to think about. But we want to buy a house together and sit on the porch in rocking chairs and just look over the ocean. That was kind of our plan. But I think it's important to kind of look at that, as a possibility, especially if you're thinking about building a house.
Do you think houses that are being built in 10 years from now, do you think the majority of them will have a bathroom attached to every bathroom or bedroom?
Well, it's pretty expensive to do that. You got to count the number of bedrooms. You can kind of talk about how expensive the house will be. I think that we're probably going to have a little bit more popularity in the ensuite baths, and certainly from what we experienced with COVID, more offices, home offices.
Such a big change from the open concept. Now people want to separate themselves because more people are working from home, and you can't sit at the kitchen table if the kids are running around or you have a spouse that works from home too.
Huge distraction.
It's going to be too loud and crazy. You need a place to go and hunker down and hide and get to work.
Those designated spaces are so important.
Amanda Wycoff joins me in studio. Team Wycoff, really quick before I let you go, will higher interest rates make prices go down?
I'm not sure. Again, Teresa Caputo, that would be a very good question for her. But at the end of the day, it's a supply and demand issue. A healthy market would have hundreds more homes on the market than we do. We have 141 single-family homes, Scott. We need more homes. It's a supply and demand. I'm not sure that it's going to make the prices go down, but there is a unique opportunity traditionally coming up here in the holiday season, after we get through October, where there's that influx of buyers who are buying a home because they want to be home for the holidays. Look at November and December as a great opportunity to get a deal on a house.
You can't tell the future, but how long before we get more homes on the market? I'm not talking 20 more homes. How long before we get 500 more homes on the market? They've got to be built. Is that years? Are we talking a year, 2 years away?
I'm hoping for a couple years. Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
You're going to have an interesting job for a couple years.
I love my job, Scott.
How can people get in touch with you?
They can go to teamwycoff.com. That's team like a sports team. WYCOFF like French fry.com.
All right. And what's your cell phone number?
309-242-2647. You can text me there too.
All right, Amanda Wycoff, thank you for your time.
Oh, thanks for having me, Scott. Always fun with you.
It's FM 102.1. It's AM 1230 WJBC.